Joy Warriors! So in this video today, we're going to discuss creating simple meditation practice. It's what I do every day, and I want to share it with you. So this doesn't have anything to do with anything religious. It doesn't even have to be spiritual, but it's a way to retrain your mind and your muscles in your brain to listen to your own inner wisdom and knowing and have the life that you want and fight for your joy. So there's a couple key things. One is find a place that you feel like you can make a ritual out of, that you can go and sit and do a daily meditation. So we want at least to be able to sit for 5 minutes. If you can do longer than that, that's even better. It can be a chair. It can be on the floor next to your bed. It can be some people do it in the bathroom. Wherever you feel like you can get alone time to do that for you. And then maybe put something that that inspires you, like a picture or an altar or whatever you feels like. So those are sort of like from a ritual standpoint. The next piece is posture. Posture is key no matter what discipline you use. And part of why that is that the spinal fluid and your posture really help you gain access to your own knowing and your own information. So you can sit cross-legged, you can sit lotus, but I no longer can sit like that anymore due to some health stuff. So I've also learned that you can really sit with your feet flat on the ground, and the main thing is you want your spine erect, and then you want your head tilted just a little bit, not too far up and not too far down, just like right there. And if you have a chair that you like, but it's too hard to hold your spine up, then just put some pillows there. Just something so that you keep this there and you'll stay there for a while. And with your hands, what you want to do is you can just hold them so you sort of roll your shoulders back and then just let them hang here. You don't have to do anything like this, but I just find that my body naturally does that, and it just helps me keep my posture. So that's your posture. Some of you are more experienced meditators and you may have a posture. That's fine. Whatever works for you, the main thing is that you're sitting there. So let's talk about the breathing techniques, because this is really kind of cool. So the first breathing technique I'm going to teach you is just sort of how to get you into this space pretty quickly after something hectic or when you first wake up to get you energized. And the second is how you're going to sort of go through your meditation. So the first breathing technique, I like to say it gets the yayas out of me. And so what that is you breathe in for a certain count, like 5, and you hold for a 5 count, and then you exhale for a 5 count. Now, it can be 5, 10, 20, whatever feels comfortable for you. 5 is really easy, so let's start with that. And what you want to do is tense up your muscles while you do it and release them when you release out. And what that does is it just gets your energy in your body. And I do about 5 of those. So we'll do one. So the first one is I breathe in, tense up, hold for 5, release for 5. 1, 2. Doing it a little bit different because I'm trying to show you. But so you want to tense up your whole body when you're breathing in and when you're holding. And then when you release and exhale, you really start let all of the tension drain out of your body. And you just do that like a couple times. So I'm going to do that and do it one with me. So you breathe in, you tense up. Hold for 5. Exhale. Now you don't have to use your hands, you can just sit there, but it's just sort of an exercise to let your body release and get here. So I do about anywhere from 3 to 5 of those to just sort of get my mind in a place so that I'm not thinking about all the other obstacles that I have in my life. Now what I want to do is close my eyes, and one of the things I forgot to tell you is you want to focus your eyes so they focus, even though they're closed, they're lifted up a little bit up here. What that does is it tells your subconscious that you're not going to sleep, that you're now going to be more, you work in your superconscious. So keep your eyes slightly elevated up to here, so you're focusing on this. And you're just going to start watching your breath. You're going to change your breath. So as you breathe in, you're going to imagine breathing in like peace and harmony and light. I always imagine this sort of sun-bursting gold, rose goldy color that just sort of fills every cell of my body as I breathe in. And then I imagine on my exhale that any kind of dark like energy, tension, fear, anger is just releasing out and exhaling through my mouth and through every cell of my body. And so that's just sort of what I do. Now, if you have a mantra, you can use that. I, for years, just used that visualization and sort of bringing in peace and harmony, exhaling anger and fear. And that just worked for me for a really long time because I couldn't really do much more than that. So just let's take a second and just do that for a second. And so I just imagine now that my breath is coming in and I just could feel it filling up my body with light, and then I exhale and I just feel it out. And you just keep following your breath. Now what's going to happen is your mind's going to come in and tell you, oh, I need to go do this thing, or I forgot to call my boss, or I need to talk to my husband, and that is totally normal. That's what our brains are supposed to do. It's a computer and it's supposed to keep doing these things. Just bring your attention back to your breath. And every time it goes out, bring your attention to your breath. That is meditation. So that's what the muscle is. That's the exercise. The muscle that you're building is that ability to keep bringing it back to focusing on your breath. And if you can start to do that at least 5 minutes a day, it'll change your life. Your meditations might feel almost a little hectic because you're constantly doing that. But then what will be interesting in the rest of your life, you'll start to notice that these stressful things are happening and you just keep bringing your attention back to your breath, and you can start to have a sense of ease and balance and things that used to stress you out more. And you also start to be having more access to your inner wisdom and your inner knowing. So that's pretty much it for today. I think we talked about a lot of things. So now go try your 5-minute meditation today. Try to do 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night, but at least try to do 5 minutes. If you want to do more, go for it. Awesome. And then it'll be worth it. You'll love it. And I'm going to go meditate now. So let's all do this together, and I'll see you next time, Joy Warriors. Meditate and be free.